Alright everyone, to make things clear regarding the examples of stopping or not stopping, or continuous or not, let's look what happens when we use the count command here. What happens? Let's see. As we saw earlier, when we use the count command, it behaves one way, and when we don't use it, it behaves differently. Here's an example. So I have like point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here I have an out command, an output command, and I'm saying then to output 5, with command robe ready, and I'm using count. What will happen? Here we'll have the approach command for the movements, so the robot will execute basically the movement 1 and move to point 1, and when going to point 2 it will create this angle of movement here. We know it's called zone, okay, because we have a zone. And however, if we use a command without the advance, without the count instruction in the output here, the robot will not execute the zone, so it will actually go exactly to point 3 and stop, and then after sending the output 1 it will continue. So if we do not enable the count option in a specific command, the robot won't approach, won't use the zone. Actually, it will stop in that point before executing the output command. So if you notice, when we use the count command, basically the robot continues the next step execution. So it will go to point 4 directly when we use count. So in this case here, where we don't have count, we will set up the count command here. See, we have count option here set in the output instruction. So here the robot will execute everything continuously. So it go to point 1, then it will go to point 2 with the appropriated zone, then it will go to point 3 and go to point 4, and the output command will be executed. Meanwhile, the robot executes every movement. So every instruction is read beforehand. So this is a problem if we are thinking about security. Think, if we have this case here, we will guarantee that the robot gets to point 3 before executing an output. Right here we have a continuous movement, so the robot will not. But in this case here, the robot will stop exactly in point 3 before executing an output. And this could be used for interlocks, for example. If the output is sending a signal to another robot saying that the zone is clear, the area is clear, it's actually not clear if we're in this right situation here, because in this right situation here, the robot will move to point 3, but before he's moving to point 3, the output command already was set. Okay? So when interlocks is very good. People always run your commands on manual for testing, but running on manual is different than running the robot in auto. So even after thoroughly testing the robot in manual mode, you should always run in auto with a reduced speed to avoid any problems when your robot is running in automatic for the first time. So these are some important points that worth visiting to ensure that everything is clear regarding the continuous or not mode, okay? So when testing a program, remember in manual mode it's completely different than running in auto mode. So even after thoroughly testing everything in manual mode and ensuring that everything is correct, when the robot runs in auto mode, it's important to be run at a reduced speed to validate all the conditions that you've set, primarily these conditions regarding continuous.